Alright guys, what is up? I'm here with my brother. We are big fans of Monster Hunter, and with the oncoming Monster Hunter Wilds, hopefully summer of next year, we don't know if it's going to get delayed or not. Fingers crossed it won't. We decided to make a tier list of our favorite monsters from Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. We're not including Rise because this is made by the console devs and not the mobile Monster Hunter devs. So we thought these guys might be a little bit more likely to make it back. And also, these are the ones most people are more familiar with because World is the most popular Monster Hunter. But, that being said, Broski?
What's up? Alright, we got from the top, alphabetical order, Acidic Glavenus. Now, I'm sure you remember this guy as the variant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only thing that to me was cool about him was he had the katana-esque tail.
Yep.
That kind of differed from the fire one, but if I'm being honest, he's a downgrade from the original. So
Yep.
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I'm big agree. I think the regular Glavenus is one of the coolest monsters that they've had in the old games. And Acidic Glavenus basically takes all the flavor out of it. He's got the sharpening aspect of him, but regular Glavenus already has that. So I don't know. C tier?
Yeah, anything based in the Rotten Vale is pretty low.
Oh yeah. Oh, the level itself. You have to fight him there. Yeah, absolutely. C tier.
C's fine.
C tier.
Yeah, we can go with that.
All right.
All right, the monster that broke the game.
I hate this.
Alatreon. Very divisive amongst the fans. I think definitely one of the biggest walls we hit.
Mm-hmm.
And had to probably watch quite a few breakdowns to get some tips and whatnot, and a lot of frustration and long nights, and just kind of makes you rethink your whole build
Yeah.
and if you've ever played the game before or not.
Yeah.
But you guys, I remember you had to hit that damage wall, especially you work with elemental damage, but once you do break down that wall, I think there's no doubt that he's got to be towards the top just for the hype.
Yeah, the fight, he gets his own special arena, and if you do the builds around it, the fight's not too crazy. The main problem was just it basically punished all of the slow weapons in the game, all the fast weapons, and the ranged attackers like heavy bowgun and light bowgun got favored really hard. So playing greatsword, not the funnest thing in the world, but after you get the right build and everything, he's one of the coolest fights in the game for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the few that forced you to break the horn, otherwise he was gonna just go to the center of the stage and wipe you.
Yep. Annihilation. S tier.
S tier for sure.
Oh yeah, he's sick.
Again, he got review bombed, but it's just people not wanting to get better.
Yep. Yep.
All right, probably another divisive one here. Ancient Leshen. I don't know if we really want to count this one too much anyways, because he's kind of a addition for, via The Witcher.
Yeah.
Absolute pain, especially the upgraded version of him.
Yep.
Could not hate this thing more. I mean, it was a unique fight for sure, but
Yep.
man.
He had those like crow things he would send at you.
Yep. He'd grab you with the roots and just crush you in one hit.
Yeah. I'll admit I
Poof.
skipped him. I hated that thing.
DRF for me.
D or F? Hey man, I'll put him in F. I don't care.
F is fine.
Oh, here we go.
All right. The first wall I hit in this
Yeah.
game for sure.
Oh, everyone hit this
This
wall.
this made me stop using the bow and find a weapon that could guard.
Yep.
Because Anjanath would jump on you, spit flames at you,
Yep.
blow snot on you.
Yep. He did not
Every
care.
little thing. I just remember running for my life in the forest from this thing. So fond memories for sure.
Yeah.
I think probably A tier.
I think he was in the demo too. And I mean, every edition of him. I don't really care for his weapons or his armor that much.
Yeah.
But he himself is a cool fight. He's very fun.
Yeah.
And after you get used to him, like you can really annihilate him. It's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely towards end game we're just like using him as a punching bag, and
Yep.
use water weapons against him, and he's just flaming out. But
we just use
yeah,
him to
just
mount.
looking back on him after as the first wall is my
Yeah.
fond memory.
For sure.
Azure Rathalos. I guess we do have all these variants for
Mhm.
Rathy, Rathalos, all this. Pretty cool.
Mhm.
Trying to remember if it's either him or Pink Rathian that flies all the freaking time.
Oh, I think it was Pink
but-
Rathian though.
Me just being a fan of all things blue,
Mhm.
I give him one step up from Rathian, but probably B tier if I had to say.
B tier? Yeah. Yeah, I would be inclined to put B tier. I mean, I don't think. God, what was it? Them? Was it him or Pink Rathian where you had to find all of the footprints or whatever just to fight it? It was so annoying.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool though.
Yeah, for sure.
Bambaro. This is one of the ones that this was like the initial fight
Mm-hmm.
or
For
one
Iceborne.
of the few in Iceborne. So I feel like he was really cool, but you never really fought him after you beat him that first time.
Nope, never.
So if he would have been used more, I feel like I'd have more fondness for
Mhm.
sure. But I definitely like his design and
It
that
really-
he'd pick up the trees and throw them
Yeah.
at you, and just like the whole your first time in the snow
Mhm.
getting chased by this guy. So
Yeah.
I'd say B probably.
Yeah, he had a really cool, unique attack with the environment. The tree was such an awesome idea.
And the Viking gear.
Yeah, the Viking
Yeah, he
gear.
had some sick gear. All right, Barioth. Definitely like fighting this guy, other than his tornadoes. But
Mhm.
I think he's saber-tooth tiger doesn't get much
Yeah.
cooler than that.
He's got some of the sickest gear too. I love his
Yeah.
longsword especially.
Probably say A tier.
Yeah. He's sweet.
Not to be confused with Baroth.
Dumbest naming ever.
The mud guy.
Yeah.
Another one of those early fights, low rank, just to
Mhm.
kind of get your footing and figure out what weapon you like, what works with what. But not much fun to fight. Pretty basic.
Yep.
We'll probably see him in wilds rolling around in a puddle or something and
Yep.
test out some different things. But yeah,
Yeah. It's probably the most commonly seen enemy in the ancient forest. It's D tier.
D
D
or
tier.
F.
D
I'm
or
fine
F.
either way.
I'm gonna say F tier.
Alright.
I saw him every time I went to the ancient forest, and I never cared for him.
Yeah, I have no problem with F just because his armor, weapons, everything just looks like his head, which is not great.
Yeah.
Basil Goose. I've heard some different pronunciations for him, but the B-52 bomber,
Yep.
pretty sick. Fly over.
Yep.
Another one of those his variants, probably an upgrade from him.
Yeah.
So maybe we go B with him.
Mm-hmm. He's got some of the sickest armor in the game too, but his variants also. So.
Very useful for gun lance and charge blade mains.
Dude, the his dual blades, the dual axes
Oh, yeah.
that add the explosion,
Those are epic.
the blast damage. Yeah, incredible.
Ooh, behemoth.
Yeah,
Good doggy.
good doggy.
Uh,
Oh man,
Great memories.
yeah.
Some of the sickest armor in the game.
Oh, 100%.
Again, highly doubtful we'll see him just because he came from Final Fantasy. And if they did anything, they'd probably do FF16 with this,
Which would be
this
fire.
new one. But yeah, I think the actual fight was intriguing, very difficult, very
Mhm.
rewarding, but
Yeah.
maybe A.
Maybe A. Regular behemoth, I'll give an A, but the extreme behemoth
Oh,
gets like a D tier, F tier. I hate that thing.
yeah.
It was way overtuned, and unless you had a full party all working exactly right, you were not going to make it.
Yeah, and we typically fought as a duo, so
Mm-hmm.
and especially before they changed everything to make it scale down, we
Mhm.
were getting smoked.
Yep.
Beatotus, again,
Mm-hmm.
one of those starters in Iceborne.
Yep.
Pretty much all the fishy type ones are just okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fight them very often,
Nope.
so C or D for me probably.
Did he provide the parts for the frozen tuna greatsword? I cannot remember. If he did,
Possibly.
D tier?
Yeah, D tier.
I like him more than Baroth for sure.
Yeah. I'll go there. All right. Black Diablos is a He's super annoying at first, just because he digs all the time, but he holds a special place in my heart, because the very first time I shot a flare, probably when I was fighting Anjanath solo,
Dang.
somebody came down and joined my party, and they were rocking all black Diablos gear, and I
Nice.
thought it was the sickest thing. It was like straight out of anime.
Yeah, it's fire.
So just to see that with like the big horns on the shoulder, and just
yeah.
wielding those big chunky weapons,
Yeah,
is pretty
dude,
sick.
His heavy bow gun with the big
Oh.
black horns coming off the front. Oh,
Basically holding his head
yeah,
and launching.
it's so sweet.
I think A tier.
And when you get them to like crash into things, it's so satisfying.
Anyone who's training for anything that has a shield, like he's
Mhm.
something great to get in the lab against.
Yep.
All right, Black Veil, Valhazak. Again, Valhazak, absolute pain.
Yep.
He's not fun to look at and not fun to fight.
No.
He's very unique. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But probably D tier.
Yeah, it was just one of those fights he really had to prepare for, and it would just it would take little chunks of health off you constantly. It was so annoying. But for his weapons, especially the big axe,
yeah,
that
he
was
did
the
have some cool
hammer.
weapons.
Whew, it was so cool.
All right,
Ooh.
Brachydios. Again, the variant takes him up another level, but in general, the boxing gloves that explode, the slime, very cool fight. I'd probably say A for him.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah.
Brute Tigrex, again, another variant.
I hate Tigrex.
The man that never stops roaring. Oh my goodness.
Spins like a Beyblade all the time. Yeah.
He's I think his design, his own monster design, also his weapons are so cool.
Yeah.
They just typically have a terrible affinity.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to balance that out. But I'd probably say B tier for him.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the giant jawbone. Was it jawbone greatsword? Yeah, B tier for him. At least he's.
Yeah, his
He's
charge
sweet.
blade in particular is so cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Koro Pukai. He's again, I think he's better than the original, especially once he got the water gun going.
Yep.
And the Coral Highlands is one of my favorite places to fight for sure.
Beautiful level.
Probably B tier.
Yeah, I think he's probably well. The original's probably C or D for me, but B tier because this guy's just fun to beat up.
Yeah, nothing cooler than cutting that tail.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
You're like, oh, you want to shoot water now? You can't.
Nope.
The pickle, Devil Joe, will run up and mess you up. Doesn't matter if you're fighting him or not.
Nope.
He wants to be a part of the action.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. Very chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like he's so hard to get around. He just puts his head down and rams you.
Yep.
But that armor and his weapons are so sick.
Yeah.
I mean,
fire.
I gotta feel like he's gotta be like A tier. So.
Dude. Watching him come in, just like Basilgeuse coming in and just doing a giant chunk of damage to the monster you are fighting, and then he just kind of goes away after you hit him with a dung pod.
There you go. Yeah, as long as you're loaded up with dung pods,
Yeah,
he's awesome.
he's great.
Diablos probably B or C. He's got to be down a few notches from.
Yeah, I'm down with C because I feel like he's similar in ranking to
Yeah, he's a downgrade.
the
For
Glavenus.
Dodogama, the People's Champ, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
He's another one that is very fun to beat up on.
Yep.
Just because all his animations where he rolls over on his belly, or
Yeah.
you knock out all the magma from his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cool. I think maybe B with him.
B tier, but I mean, someone made the Dodogama tier, but yeah, true B tier. But yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ebony Odogaron.
Mm.
So Odogaron in general is amazing, I would say.
Yep.
Probably one of the few fights in the Rotten Vale that you actually look forward to.
Yeah. Agreed.
Crawling into the depths to actually go up against him.
Yep. The bleed damage though.
Oh yeah.
Bleed damage was one of the worst like status effects in Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
I
you,
hated that thing.
You can just double team either miasma and bleed damage. You're trying to crouch while he's just jumping off the walls at you.
Got to make sure you got the sushi fish with you to reduce that. But his outfits, the ninja outfit with the like rice patty hat. Oh my god.
He might be one where I probably like the original more though.
Fair, very fair.
So maybe C for the ebony one.
C tier.
All right. This next one's a no-brainer. Anybody who's played the game and made it to end game, Fatalis.
Yes.
I wish I would have kept track of how many times we tried and failed miserably. Especially for us to be able to beat him just with 2 players. And the hardest thing, other than just breaking his horn and knocking down his flame damage, was that time limit, dude.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Got us with that 30 minutes.
Yep, we just run out of time more often than we would die. Dude, but it's got one of my fondest memories when I discovered that you could do really big brain things with the hunting horn. When we had a guy come in, he played his hunting horn in the camp, and then he went and switched weapons, and we played with regular weapons. It was amazing.
After we got our buffs.
Yeah, it was so good.
Which, speaking of, wilds early on, we will be able to bring a secondary weapon, and thinking of just packing a hunting horn, and right before you go engage a monster, you just play a couple notes.
Yep. And then switch to your primary.
It's gonna be sick.
S tier? I think he's
gotta be S tier.
Dude, he also made me fall in love with the switch axe, because that was the first weapon you could like grab onto his head and just attack the horn directly while he was doing stuff. It was so good.
Yep. So sick. So sick for sure. I never fought him in the old games, but the complete like redo they did with Fatalis, which is peak music.
Special arena,
Yeah, I mean, you were fighting him in the old castle, just...
Dude, he had to burn the gate. You remember the gate, like, melting when you closed it? Oh.
So the armor, the weapons with a million slots, you could combine any type of special skills. I mean, a true in-game. And some people thought that, he went too far with his armor and everything, but honestly, if you beat Fatalis, you earned the right... to just be broken.
It was there, man. You were done.
So shout out to anybody who was able to beat Fatalis without having to use Fatalis armor.
Yeah.
If you have to resort to just like entering the thing and trying to get your cat to steal a item or two and then hop back out and just hope that you got his rare drops. I mean, that's how desperate we were.
Yep.
Frostfang Barioth. Pretty much just a beefed up Barioth.
Yeah, he's probably the same tier for me.
Yeah.
His environmental attack where he freezes the ground and made you slow was so annoying, but it also was really cool.
Yeah.
I'd put him like right beside him probably.
Yeah, he's cool. For sure. All right.
Oh.
Fulgur, Anjanath. I like the look, especially when you have like the lightning coming off his back and stuff as he's fighting you.
Yeah.
Again, probably similar to Anjanath.
Yeah.
Maybe one down.
I'm more fond of him. I'd put him like behind him in the same tier, maybe.
Okay.
More fond of original, just I have more attachment to him.
Oh
God, the monkey.
Furious Rajang, man. You know who loves this people? The Monster Hunter devs, because any type of event quest or something where you had to go for a reward, they would just throw this guy in there with whatever.
Yep.
And this dude is relentless because one thing is just how much ground he can cover with a single jump. Speaking of his inspiration, Goku, he's got the instant transmission to just ball up and Blanca you across the stage. But another one that, like, if you can break his horns or hit him in the tail, like he's very, or even like stand up to him without getting knocked back is very satisfying.
Yeah, full, like, what is it, guard up? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need all that.
I'd give him at least A tier. I actually like him at
I think
S.
S, yeah.
He's one of the funnest fights after you get used to it. And his weapons and his armor are just fire. They're just incredible.
And remember that trailer we got to tease him where he's just like crunching a Kieran's horn.
He breaks it off,
And the beating that Kieran had given us in the past, we're just like, yeah, he deserves that. Oh man,
dude, the hammer that goes Super Saiyan when you charge
oh,
it. Yeah.
another epic. I mean, that literally
One of-
made me use hammer.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So that says a lot. All right, Glavinus,
Oh,
probably S.
yeah.
Probably
Glavis
yes.
is so cool.
This is one of the ones I also have fond memories playing in GU. So I feel like I had started GU and then maybe Iceborne came out, and when this guy got announced, I was like, oh yeah, he's just one of the Fated Four. Amazing, along with like Asalos, Mizu,
Oh.
and Gamoth, I think his name is. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, really hope Glavinus comes back, because
Yeah.
I mean that fire tail, and he puts it in his mouth and just shing, hits that Beyblade attack.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
man.
sweit.
So good.
This also makes you feel really cool when you like block it or parry it or whatever.
Oh yeah, and if you cut that tail again, you're a god.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And another animation he has is like when you knock him back and he's like staggered, and then smoke's coming out of his mouth because he like knocked his flame out. So
Yeah.
sick. Goldrathian, got to be the top.
Oh.
I mean, that and Silver Boy got to be the top.
Oh yeah. A tier, S tier,
At least A.
at least A. Yeah.
I mean, they're an absolute pain to fight.
Oh yeah.
The memory I have is that mission where you're fighting the silver and gold together
Yeah.
and just getting abused.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm good at S or A.
S or A. I like Silver Rathlos more than Golden Rathian, to be honest.
Okay.
Just because of the armor.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then the because I think Silver Rathlos is the only one that has the explosive
Oh, yeah.
breath.
That is sick.
That attack is so fire.
Gold
Literally.
Rathian is more so the poison-esque one.
Oh.
Which is cool to have the poison weapons
is.
too, just to get that damage tick.
Yeah, that longsword is so good. For sure. Ooh.
Gray, is it Gyros, I believe?
Cheers.
It's been a while since I fought that guy. He's kind of like Jagras, where he's got all his little buddies that gang up on you. I mean, his design's pretty cool, but also, pretty basic. Lizard,
Yeah.
electric, paralysis, which is annoying as can be.
Yep. We
but
never
yeah.
fought him.
Nah.
Like, the one time we had to, and I think I never fought him again. Unless he was part of a combo.
C or D maybe.
I
even.
put him in D, because
Yeah,
I don't
D
like
is
him.
fine.
I like the ice shark more than I like him.
D is fine.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Great Jagras. Everybody's first love.
Yeah.
You know? You learned a lot from your first love, just like Jagras here.
Yeah.
How to avoid the belly roll,
Yep.
things like that. But
Yeah. Explosive vomit. Dude,
yeah, that was actually caught me off guard the first couple times he did that.
the wild, what was it called? With the event where he would spit out gems
Oh,
or jewels, rather.
That was cool.
That was
a
sweet.
cool remix.
Yeah.
Overall, he's very, very intro basic.
Yeah. He's very basic.
D, probably D.
Yeah. He's basic.
We might be hitting another F right here.
Dude, yeah. Gerudodos.
Gerudodos,
I hate
the
it.
fish. You fight him in the mud.
Yeah.
He swims around a lot. You can't really hit him much. You gotta just kind of chase him around, and
Knock all the mud off him.
yeah, he's very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
Not fun to fight. Every time you had to fight him for some kind of quest, it was just like a chore.
Yep. Chasing him through the ancient forest.
Yeah.
F tier.
Not a fan.
The mud monsters generally are not my favorite, except for one that did not make it into this game. That was in Rise. What is that dragon called?
Oh, Almadron.
Almadron. Sweet.
Now that's a cool mud monster.
That's a mud monster for sure.
Kieran. Now, one of my homies was much farther along in this game than me, and was joking about. Well, I was joking about Kieran because I think I had maybe seen him, his animation or something, and was like, yeah, he's like a little unicorn, dude. He's nothing. And he said, have you reached, I can't even remember what it was, like rank 100 or so. Maybe high rank 100 or so you had to fight one. And there was one specific that was like you had to fight two, maybe even tempered ones or something. And whew, you want to talk about getting zapped. If you didn't have your Thunderproof mantle on,
Yep.
I mean, I remember just taking a tiny damage away, your mantle would run out and you just flee the scene. Because if you got touched, you were getting just cooked like Pikachu Thunderbolts.
He punished you for rolling too much because he would lay lines everywhere, and if you rolled more than one time, you just go right into it and just you die instantly, especially if it was tempered.
Yeah.
But man, some of his weapons were really cool, but I never really used them. And he had the deep V-neck for the dudes in his armor. I was like, man, this could have been so much cooler.
Definitely some fan service for the female armor.
Absolutely.
A fan favorite. Kuluyaku, the chicken.
I'll put Kieran in A tier.
Oh, yeah. I like him. Definitely like him. He's a very unique fight because he's tiny, but he can punish you.
Yeah,
like
he is cool. I'm going to put him in top A, maybe.
Yeah, I like him.
Kuluyaku.
One more note on Kieran. If you think he's hard in World, play him in Generations Ultimate or one of the old games where it's way more clunky and movement is limited. And
you have to stop to heal.
Forget it. Kuluyaku, yeah. Just chase you around with that little rock. You know, I don't really know how to hype him up any more than that. I mean, pretty low tier for me, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Maybe F.
He's cuter than the other ones, but
his animations, he's funny.
He's funny, yeah.
I mean, you like to see him around the map, you just don't like to interact with him.
Yeah, it's like they gotta make the normal-ish monsters so they can make the other ones crazy.
Kulftaroth, who was one of those ones that at first I could not stand because it was a siege, which was cool in its own, but again, we were just playing with either solo or, duos, and you had to just play at least 4 times to even get them to that final room. Yeah. But what they did in Master Rank with Kulftaroth completely changed everything, and being able to roll his weapons and kind of apply any type of element or whatever and build your own kind of deal made him just Master Rank Kulf has got to be S or A, I think. Just the theatrics of his fight, like you break off those horns when he's in that final room, and you're like, so
sick. You're so hyped,
man.
When you're fighting him with fire weapons and his gold like hide starts heating up and coming off of him, it's awesome.
I'm thinking S.
Yeah, it's sweet.
All right, here's another divisive one, probably Kushala Daora.
Kushala Daora.
Yeah, another one that is very difficult because if you don't have that whetstone with you, and you're not sharpened to the T, and you're bouncing, and he's throwing out his tornadoes, and he's always flying. Yep. Overall, like design, very cool, but fight not very fun. So, what are we thinking with that?
I'd say B.
Yeah.
I like his armor and his weapons a lot, but he's just...
for sure. I think he's iconic, but at the same time, as far as gameplay, got to be down there.
He's more fun to fight in Rise, where you've got like all this crazy stuff you can do.
Yeah, especially those that play like melee weapons on the ground. You actually can reach him. But yeah.
Yep.
Lavasioth. Oh, yeah. If they didn't make that one event quest, I feel like, about him, because he was the least hunted monster, we probably would have never hunted him more than once.
Yeah.
So, F tier.
F tier for the jewels, right? Yeah.
Nah.
Was it jewels?
Yeah, some kind of, when he jumped out of the lava, he would drop some cool stuff, some shinies.
Ooh.
Legiana, sick.
Yeah,
I think.
Super sick.
He was another one of those walls, I feel like, because
he flew a lot too.
In the Coral Highlands, you had to go all the way up. That was the only pain. You had to grapple your way all the way up.
Yep.
Him and Kieran. And but when you actually fought him, he was really cool.
Yeah, and his weapons and his armor were cool. And he gave you I think that was the quest where you get the glider mantle, which you would never use again.
Yep.
But
looks sick.
It looked cool, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're like abusing like ledge attacks, you
A-tier.
never really needed it. Yeah, I'm good with A tier.
A tier.
Or Articuno.
Oh, here we go. We're back at Leshen.
F.
F tier.
No need. Woo.
Ooh.
This one.
Yeah.
Lunastra. So the
Mhm.
female Teostra, but add blast damage, and
Oh,
you have a recipe for carts.
dude, the area of effect thing where it would every few seconds or milliseconds it would send a wave at you. Oh my goodness, that was probably the most annoying. I mean,
Yeah.
prior to prior to not Velcana, what was our elemental damage?
Alatreon?
Alatreon.
Oh,
Prior to
yeah.
Alatreon's like wave thing, that was the most annoying elemental damage I think in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been tempted to review bomb after just getting dropped by Lunastra over and over. Definitely, once you beat her, you're like, cool, but I feel like you need so much, like, quality of life stuff to even withstand. Especially, like I was saying earlier, the melee. You want to get up close to the monster, you can't. Because you're just going to melt.
Yep.
But design and everything, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll probably say B or so with Lunastra.
Armor, weapons, cool.
Yep. Shiny blue. And a lot of her stuff had like the 2 or 3 variations. That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Namiel.
Oh man,
I had forgotten about
sick
Namiel.
monster.
Yeah. Definitely one of the new original ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was high rank Coral Highlands or maybe even master rank.
Where they added it, I
Where
don't remember.
Namiel came in. Probably master rank, but yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
The-
I mean, it kind of took what was cool about Coral Pukai Pukai and made it way better. But yeah, the fluorescent neon
Yeah.
flying over you.
And its water laser, it would shoot at you, and the electricity, I believe, as well. It would fly over and go psh, and shock the ground. Its armor too. I always joked it was Splatoon
Yep.
in Monster
Yeah.
Hunter, but it was so sick.
Yeah. Probably S tier.
Yeah, it was fire. What a design.
Oh,
Oh.
Nargacuga. Gnarly Cougar, man.
Yeah. No.
All the NPCs love their Nargacuga. Another one that based off armor and weapons has all the ninja theme, which hypes it up.
Yep. And the affinity. Ooh.
Yeah, affinity through the roof. But overall, the fight not anything too special. It's like mid tier, as far as that goes. So I'd probably say B.
Yeah, the variant you get in Rise, Sunbreak, is the Lunar Nargacuga. That one's incredible, though. I love that one a lot. Turns invisible. It's sweet.
All right, this one's a no-brainer. Flagship, Nergigante.
Oh.
Um,
Let me just go ahead and put
throw him up there, man.
He's the top. He's above Alatreon, man. He's
when
one
you
of the best.
when you knock those thorns off him and topple him, or you survive the dive bomb for the first time.
Yeah.
But anything that just eats elder dragons and hunts them, for fun.
100%.
I mean, you got a lot going on there,
Dude.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then they upgraded him, and I was like, oh, maybe this will be worse. But it was so easy to break the stuff, his little spines off of him, that he'd get staggered.
Yeah.
And then you could just and he did the what was the final Buddha monster we would fight, the dragon.
Yep.
That you had to fight him prior to going into that arena, and that fight was so sick.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll get to him in a little bit.
Is it Shar Ishvalda?
Shar Ishvalda,
There
yes.
we go.
Yes, Shar Ishvalda was a sick fight, and you would fight the tempered Nergigante prior to that, and it was incredible.
For sure. When you thought Nergigante couldn't get any cooler, they go with Ruiner Nergigante.
That's the name.
AKA the heavy metal version, which is, I mean, Nergigante weapon's amazing. Ruiner even took it one step further, but the Bui axe, for great sword.
The Wolverine claws for the dual blades. Yeah. He was
the
sweet.
armor. I mean, it had it all.
The longsword just looks like a bunch of spikes. Yep.
Nightshade, Paolumu. Made you fall asleep, right? And I think optically pretty neat. Blow up like a balloon. You could deflate them.
Yep,
but
cool.
pretty average though. Probably say C.
Hardly ever fought him. That was the thing. Him and regular Paolumu.
Yeah.
Hardly ever fought him.
Definitely unique, but nothing too great. Now regular Dodogron. A? Or,
Maybe.
I mean, design and everything, I think S, but fight, probably
Mm-hmm.
more A.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He was really cool. They also that was another one they put in a lot of the event quests. Like I think he was the Mega Man one to get the rush armor, and then I think he was also the Dante fight to get the super cool
Charge
charge blade
Poof.
and the red jacket. Yeah, Dante's red jacket.
The invisible shield with Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that
man.
was sweet. The spell.
So
shield.
good. Palamu,
Mm-hmm.
probably one step below his broski there.
Yep.
Just again, basic kind of deal.
I'm gonna put him in D.
Pink Rathian.
Okay.
Either even with the Zur Rathalos or maybe one lower.
Mm-hmm.
Another variant, but didn't take it really that
Yeah.
far as hype.
Yeah, I think he's pretty similar level. I put him below Basil Geese, to be honest. Regular Basil.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Pukai, C, D.
I'm gonna put him in
something
D.
like that. Yeah. Again,
He's
he's
fine.
cool, but
Yeah.
poison damage.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
I didn't mind seeing him around, but that was all.
Yeah. You didn't look forward to fighting that guy.
Nope.
Kind of like Radabon,
Psha.
the
Oh,
hamster
man.
wheel.
Yeah.
He got in his little Jimmy Neutron thing and just rolled around.
Oh yeah.
Never actually wanted to fight, but just rolled by you.
Yep.
And all the bones and wreckage.
He'd knock you
Oof.
over one time and he'd be gone.
Maybe D.
D tier. Yeah. His armor was pretty cool.
His armor's cool.
The spikes.
His armor's pretty cool. But that's
Ooh.
about it.
Here's a goat. This is.
All right. Raging Bracky. Again, this is one of those fights that you faint a few times. I think we even
Mm-hmm.
lost a few times, and then you get him to that final area, and you're like, you get sealed in there with him, and you're like, I've got you now. And he says, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way around. You're
And
trapped in here with me.
And he goes full on explosive
Mm-hmm.
chaos.
The whole
So
room.
sick. I remember we got in there
Mhm.
at least once, probably multiple times before we actually beat him.
Yep.
And every time we'd be like on our last feint.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we finally did it, it was just that like relief of, we've done it.
And after that, we hunted him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
His armor was so good. Dude.
Armor,
the bless.
weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, with that flame on it
Mm-hmm.
to just poof. Blast damage in general is so cool.
Yep.
Just proccing every now and again. Extra damage.
Yeah, dealing huge chunks.
Whew.
It was so good. S tier?
Yeah. And he also, his armor gave you that extra ability. What's the one where if you're engaged with the monster, it powers you up?
Yes.
It like added more
That was
levels
so
to it.
good.
It was like a passive buff that was just, man, that carried us like through Master Rank.
What was that called? I
Um,
don't remember. That was also in Rise, but it's attached
Mhm.
to a different monster.
Rajang,
Mm.
epic.
Yep.
Goku.
Put him on.
Yeah, one A tier.
A
A tier is
tier.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, him having the exposed tail like a Saiyan where you could like cut it and then it would knock him out of his Super Saiyan. It was sweet.
Yeah, that first time you fight Furious Rajang and you look back, he's just got a nub behind him. You're like,
Yep.
wait a minute.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Where's the weak point? It's not these forearms.
No.
Whew. But yeah, so cool. Rathalos,
Classic.
yeah, the OGs here, Rathalos and Rathian. C, B.
I'd put them both in C tier to be honest.
All right.
Because the other ones are in B tier. I mean, I think I like their armor and their weapons, like weapon designs.
Especially Rathalos, like, with the glowy eyes and all that.
Oh,
Um,
the sword and shield with the blade that's just like lava. Oh, it was so sick.
and Rathian is more of that, like, poison. It's got the thorns and all that on the things, but
Yep.
a staple. We're sure to see Rathalos and Rathian again, but yeah, not too fun. I think my favorite memory was catching them in a nest on the ancient forest and making the waterfall happen. It's
Yeah.
probably the coolest
They
deal.
get dragged down with all the water is sweet.
Ruiner Nergigante, like you were saying, gotta be S tier.
Oh,
So sick.
easily, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when they did the fan vote, Nergigante and Ruiner were both in the top 10 or so.
Easily.
But yeah, wild.
Yeah. The Diamondback. He was so sick.
Very difficult
Mm-hmm.
to fight solo, especially. Like, if he's got his attention on you,
Yeah.
he is relentless.
Yeah, you absolutely needed that temporal
Mantle.
Temporal mantle, man.
It only gives you, like, I don't even know how many free dodges, but yeah, you needed
2
everyone.
maybe.
You needed everyone, especially if you got caught in a lengthy SAED animation, as I did many, many times. Safi Jiva, man.
Oh, another absolute.
Just took it to a whole nother level.
Yep.
Xenojiva was, theatrics, but
Mhm.
Safi Jiva was like, I mean, you felt like
Oh.
on top of the world when
Yeah.
you beat that thing.
Dude, and his weapons were, dude, the Eye of Mordor that was inside of them.
Oh, so sick.
And they were so good, too. They were really good.
The armor mechanic of you had to constantly fight,
Mm-hmm.
and your DPS would go up, but you would drain your health
Uh-huh.
until you hit that certain level, and then it'd fill back up. But
Yep.
it was that risk reward of all the speedrunners were
Yeah.
loving,
Yeah.
and we thought we could use, and then we're like, maybe just like 2 parts.
Yep.
But yeah, the weapons, the fight. I mean, just like they took notes from the earlier like levels.
Mm-hmm.
With Kulftaroth, and we're just like, yeah, let's keep that going, but make it even more amazing.
They had to be a great fight, too, because you had to fight him a lot to get re-rolls on the weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had to be, we need more claws, or we need his back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, great, let's just get Insect Glaive and target his back.
Yeah. Jump on his back forever and hope we
Uh.
reach the damage threshold at the end.
Yep. Savage Devil Joe.
Mm.
Probably even
Yeah.
with Devil Joe for me. I mean, he's very similar. He's just more angry.
His weapons were cooler because they would like seep the red glow or whatever.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Where is he even at?
Yeah, he's A right now, Devil Joe, so
Yeah, it's fine.
A or S, if you really are.
Nah,
fan, but-
definitely not.
I think A for sure, yeah. Ooh, I had forgotten this guy was in here. Scarred Yangaruga.
Oh, talk about a monster I hate. I hate that thing, man.
What?
Yeah.
Bobbling back and forth.
Just hitting his head into the ground, yeah.
But
Boom.
if I remember correctly, though, it made me fall in love with Hunting Horn.
Mm.
For what I think he had a sick Hunting Horn.
Mm-hmm.
So that has a fond memory. I also remember fighting him in GU and just thinking he was so quirky.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Kulu Yaku, but cool, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying B tier for my
B
guy
tier?
here.
Yangaruga. Didn't he have like a super hard tail or head? I can't remember what it was.
Man, he's
Maybe-
got the big old beak.
Maybe it
for
was his
sure.
wings that were hard.
He had the poison tail, and he would do that slow-mo, so you could like never time your dodge or anything.
Yep.
Just slow, like hesitate while he spins randomly.
Yeah, he attacked like a Dark Souls boss.
Seething Basil.
Oh,
I mean, he's got to be up there.
dude, my favorite bundle of grapes. I love, dude.
Gotta
Seething
be
Basil.
up there.
At least
A.
top of A.
Yeah, I'd put him A.
Because when the first time you see him like spin and he spreads all the little things, you're
Phew.
like, oh, the eggs are there, and then they expand and they turn purple, and you're like, okay,
So cool.
yeah,
He's like Ivan Ooze out there.
yeah, for sure.
Sharish Valda. This was one of those big shocks, and I'm so glad I didn't spoil this for myself when this came out, because you fight him in his first form, the big rock, and it's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
And then he sheds that skin,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, wait, what?
He looks terrifying.
And yeah, again, has that wipe where if you're not on the
Mhm.
outskirts of the level, you are done.
He's like if you mixed a hairless cat with a dragon. He's got crazy looking eyes. Oh man, his weapons were sweet.
Yeah, he's got what's that? That look? The hunter.
Yeah, he's got the Bodhisattva, the Guanyin.
Yeah.
It's Netaro's Nen power. Yeah. It looks like it makes you look like a Hindu god with like the multiple
Yep.
faces. It's so sick.
For sure. And again, another one that you had to try to farm, and it was
Mhm.
very difficult to farm.
Yep.
Especially you had to get like maybe his horns. Oh, you had to double break his head,
Mhm.
which was nearly impossible. Because he was just so massive and moved around, and was like
Mhm.
so hard to target him. Maybe pick Bo back up towards end game
Yeah.
or towards the end of high rank or whenever it was.
One of the few fights I actually would bring
Bow guns.
Wyvern.
Oh yeah,
Snipe.
snipe.
Yes. No, Wyvern Snipe. What are they called? The Wyvern cast to teleport back to camp.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What are those called?
Yep, I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're saying.
just so I could get more healing items.
Yeah. Back to camp,
Yep.
re-up, come back in.
Yep.
Oh man. Shrieking Legiana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he really changed much from regular Legiana, so I put him right with even with him. Probably just screamed more.
Yep. I think there was even a fight where you fight both of them together.
Yep. I remember that. I think isn't that the reason we ended up in the frozen lands is because they saw a pack of Legiana
Something like that.
flying that way or something.
Yeah,
so.
and it was like calling them towards it or something. I can't remember.
Silver Rathalos.
Yeah.
Cooler than Golden Rathian, I think.
Yep.
Again, the weapons and whatnot is just cooler, but now it's
Mhm.
just silver, which is pretty epic.
Yep.
Fighting them together, and if
yeah.
you won, you got the Huntsman armor for your Palico.
Oh yeah.
And that, I mean, that's probably my favorite Palico armor ever. Just to have him
Mhm.
walking around looking like the OG
Mhm.
with his little spiny longsword from Rathian.
Yeah.
Oh man, like that, it made it worth it. Even
Mhm.
though you had to try to fight them both at the same time,
Yeah.
unless you really could, knock them out, which I was struggling at that point. I think it was also for the Aloy armor, something like that, or maybe I just remember something about them in the Aloy armor in the
Mhm.
higher or the master rank version of it, and
Mhm.
having to maybe even use it to fight them. But yeah,
because it would give you that barrier that would absorb damage or
yeah,
whatever.
there
right?
you go. That's what it helped me get through that because I
Mhm.
had so much problems with them.
Yeah, I pretty much only went insect glaive on that fight. I think because I would just be able to jump on them because they stayed in the air forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stygian Zinogre.
Forgot this guy existed.
Very cool. I mean, Zinogre in general is very cool.
Uh-huh.
I mean, hunting horn, electric guitar. That's all I can think of whenever I think of Zinogre.
I will say Stygian Zinogre's better because he has Fang over Fang. Kiba's attack from Naruto where he'll
Twisty.
he spins at you like a
Yeah.
tornado. It's so sick.
Yeah,
And the
he's
guitar.
cool. The guitar, yeah. The
The gu-
hunting horn guitar, man, so sick.
Yeah.
Um,
A tier.
and I think his hammer also did the light
Uh,
up
the
after
red
you
lightning.
charged it.
Actually, so did the longsword. The longsword
Yeah.
did it as well. That was fire.
So yeah, I go A tier.
A tier. I'm gonna put him in the top A tier. If I can get him to go to the top A tier. There we go.
Teosha,
Mm.
very cool fight.
Yeah.
I love how he just casually walks around,
Yeah.
and then when you hit him, he's like, "You dare
Yeah.
test me?"
I am king.
Very, very difficult just with that heat damage
Mm-hmm.
constantly burning your health gauge as you try to get close. So melee weapons is like a super pain.
And he's got the supernova attack. If you don't get away from
Mhm.
him, the wipe is gonna take you out.
Yep.
But you can also like knock him out of it, and it makes you feel epic.
Yeah. So satisfying if you knock him down.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely made me use a lot of water weapons.
I like all of his weapons too. They're all cool. His armor is cool, but like the original one wasn't as cool as like the tempered ones, like the beta and the gamma ones you get.
Yeah,
Those are
probably
sweet.
say A tier.
A tier.
Yeah, he's just got that like royal
Uh-huh.
red armor.
In like Rise, he's like an S tier for me.
Mhm.
He's so sick.
Rousey got even better.
Yeah.
Tigrex.
Mm.
Some people say Tigrex. Whatever you want to go with. Very similar to his variant.
Mm-hmm.
Probably B tier still, but
Mm-hmm.
towards the bottom.
Very fair. I would agree. I've never been a Tigrex fan. I like his armor and his his weapons, but I don't like him.
Yeah, he's just a pretty average fight, I would say.
Yep.
Tobi Kadachi, the electric squirrel. Another one like Odogaron as far as his movement and all that, so he's kind of difficult to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But another one that you've beat him once or twice, and that's really all you want to see of him.
Yeah. After that, he's just a punching bag, and I mean, his armor was kind of cool. I guess it was like that French like captain look, like a military, I'm gonna put him actually in C, I think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's lower than Rathalos and Rathian for me.
Yeah, C is very fair.
Oh.
Sitsuyaku. Solar flare.
Yeah,
Uh,
the monster.
which is a pretty cool gimmick, but once you realize you can just like sidestep it, or I think you might even be able to guard it.
I think you can block it.
Yeah, which if you could block it, then you're just like, all right, this dude's just a joke.
And then you can break it, so you can't do it anymore.
He did have cool armor.
Yeah.
But probably can't justify anything more than a C
Yeah.
for my boy there.
I'm gonna put him in D tier, to be honest. His armor is cool, but that was it.
Uragan, man. Shoo. Very similar to Radabon. I think definitely cooler for me.
Actually fought him more than once.
Yeah.
Rather than
had the Gundam armor, which was pretty cool. So I like him more. Definitely, maybe if they bring him back as like the Crystal Beard version, which is Generation's Ultimate shout out. Or when in the old games he had even his master rank or his G rank stuff turned into like full on like sleek Gundam.
Yeah.
Because like his basic one is just like the bulky.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call that guy that just has the one eye? Shooter in Gundam.
Oh, the Zex.
Yeah,
Zek armor.
That's what he looks like normally. But
Yeah, he looks like the grunts.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
maybe C tier.
C tier. Yeah, I would agree.
If not D, but
I think his armor is cool, but that's about it. Oh, well, I think he had a hammer that had his like knobs on it. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But other than
that. Valhazak, one of the few Elder Dragons that I do not like to fight. Again, he's just too much of a pain in the neck.
Regular Valhazak's not as bad though. He's
definitely he's bearable.
Yeah, he's very bearable.
You can fight him, but you don't want to. So,
I think his design's really cool though. He's sweet looking.
It is cool.
But he's just annoying to fight.
Yeah, he's like a reaper, sucks your soul away. Or what do you call things in Harry Potter?
Oh, Dementors.
There you go.
Yeah, he is a Dementor.
The Dementor.
Yeah.
I'm thinking C or
C. Yeah, I'd put him
there.
I'd put him below the original Rathian Rathalos. He's cool though. Ooh.
Now, again, this is a whole nother level here. Velkhana. When you reach the peak of the ice level in Iceborne, again, the flagship to the expansion, man, this was such a sick fight. Just the spear tail.
Oh my goodness.
The 360 spit, and hopefully I'm not messing some of these or meshing them with Rise, fighting them more recency bias, but
yeah.
Even in World, he was so cool.
When he would like build the walls of ice around him, oh man!
And you could jump off of them and
use them for mounting.
Get some bounce.
Yeah, they were sweet.
All the ice weapons.
Dude,
and
his armor was sick. Oh, the ability that his armor came with.
Frostcraft.
Frostcraft. Oh my goodness.
Yep, made Quick Sheath S tier.
Yeah.
Skill.
Yeah. Frostcraft, Quick Sheath on a what is it called?
Longsword?
The longsword not Lavasiath. What is the ice? What is his name? Barioth. Ice Barioth. Where it would do like knockout damage. Oh my goodness. It was so sick.
I mean Velkhana. He's up
S
there.
tier.
Up there for sure.
Easily S tier. I'm gonna put him under Sharaj Valda, maybe? I would put him under maybe I don't know about Elytreon. Fatalis, I think, is better, probably.
Yeah, I love Fatalis.
Yeah.
I love Velkhana too, so...
Velkhana's sweet, for sure. His armor is one of my favorites in the whole
game.
game.
Yeah, so clean. So clean. I think it was like Game Informer mag. Like, it did like a preview of Iceborne, and his armor was on the cover, and you're like, we need this now.
And you have to grind through most of the game to get to it.
It would be a long time before you ever got there, but...
Yep.
Viper, Tobikadachi. What was different? You just had poison.
Yep.
Maybe poison and paralysis.
I think he could like shoot spines too. Poison spines.
Yeah. Pain. Absolute pain. I mean, you fought him. I believe he was like Master Rank. Rotten Vale. Again, anybody in Rotten Vale just have that sting to them. Sorry, bud.
C. Bottom is I put him in D.
D, yeah, let's go D. Xenojiva,
Ooh.
somehow the baby form.
Of Safi, yeah, it was huge.
This fight was, I mean,
It was cool.
the blue flames and all that. I mean, it was like very, very different than what you had fought up to that point. Like, I feel like it
Yeah.
was a cool conclusion to, high rank.
Mm-hmm.
The fight itself, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of,
No,
but
it's not
maybe
nothing special.
maybe B tier.
Yeah, his armor also with the wings is one of my favorites too. It's sick, but otherwise the fight itself is not the best thing ever.
And I think a lot of his weapons were just like the metal, and then they had like the flowy,
Mhm.
blue coming off it. So it wasn't like a big revamp.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't very unique in that regard.
Yeah,
Yangaruga,
regular. Yeah,
gotta be low,
Yeah,
below his buddy.
I'm trying to think. I think they had an armor piece I liked, but I cannot remember what it was.
Oh, his armor, that is true. His armor has like the purple samurai kind of hat with like the feather coming out of the back.
That's what it was.
Yeah, probably C tier.
C tier.
He's below the scarred version, but
High
still
C
pretty,
tier.
still pretty cool. I mean, not much fun to fight, but
Yeah.
goofy,
Yeah. Definitely
and, in a loving way, right?
goofy. Sure.
Zenogre,
Classic.
yeah, iconic from the
Yeah.
the older generations for sure.
Design wise, he was sweet.
I mean, once you realize like when he's toppled, you can go and like farm his back for the bugs.
Mhm.
That's pretty sick. And when you can like knock him out of those roaring animations when he's
Yep.
hyping himself up and
Yep.
trying to get to his next stage. But yeah, any monster that kind of goes through like those stages where they power up
Yep.
mid fight and you can try to knock them out of it
Yeah.
is, I mean, that
He's
that
super
puts him
sick.
up there. So
Yeah.
where's his broski? A, got to be A tier for me too. I
At
think.
least, yeah. I mean, the original dude, his long sword, his hunting horn,
Oh yeah.
the
The
armor
glowy-
is so sick.
The little like thunderbolts coming off of his weapons as
Mhm.
you power them up
Yep.
for sure. All right, Zora Magdaros.
Hmm.
Sorry to end on a bummer here, but
Yeah.
he was basically just a platform
Yep.
and
Shoot cannons at.
introduced us to Nergigante in the demo.
Yep.
And that was probably the best thing he did.
As a level, A tier. As a monster, F or D.
Load the cannons, load the Dragonator up,
Yep.
and try to stop him from wreaking havoc on the world. But again, I like the idea of the big siege style thing, but the execution wasn't great. It turned into something where you could just kind of be like AFK and just kind of wait for the fight to end.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really. I mean, I heard that you could engage with them more if you really wanted to, but the fact that you don't have to makes it like, why
Mhm.
even would I? I'm just trying to get through this because I want to fight something cool.
Yeah.
So
I think he did have some pretty cool armor and stuff. But
yeah, he did. It was again like the knight style, but like
Mhm.
black with a little glowy.
Mm-hmm.
And he did blast damage. Probably one of the first monsters that got
Good blast, damage, at least. Yeah.
damage. So
Mhm.
definitely cool in that regard. Maybe it got to be an F. I mean F as far as the fight.
Yeah. It was nothing. I mean, it was a nothing fight. It basically didn't exist.
Yeah.
But as a level, awesome.
Yeah. Maybe if he gets introduced in the next Smash as a level.
Oh,
that'd
that would be so sick if they put Monster
he's
Hunter.
just like going through the water and you're on his back.
Oh
fighting.
man, they need to do that.
There you go. Take Sakurai, take notes there.
Yeah, well, Sakurai learns how to balance his game, then I'll be happy as well.
Any
Changes?
any faves that you got like this from what we've seen so far with the aesthetic? You feel like should gotta be in Wilds or like really belong in that territory. Obviously, we've only seen like the one environment right now, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of environments. But
I mean, the Diablos guys have to come back, right?
yeah,
Black or
yeah.
regular Diablos have to come back.
I could see that.
We can keep Baroth out of the game. That's fine.
I very much can see Tigrex too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He seems like a natural fit.
I think Basilgeuse fits everywhere. Like he'll just come in flying from out of nowhere. And,
Rajang probably.
yeah.
I mean, if they could somehow do like an underground deal and have Bracky, I'd be so happy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jagras I feel like fits in the desertish kind of area as
he
well.
could be in there. Any type of like reptilian or frog, which we're kind of getting already.
Yep.
Dodogama could fit in there.
A sand Dodogama would be sweet.
Ooh, that would be cool. There was in GU, there's that sand shark type thing.
Mm.
Cannot remember his name, but he'd be cool.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Anjanath.
The crabs from different games.
The crabs, Centaur, whatever I call those guys.
Yeah, they would fit.
They would be fun. Glavenus.
Yep.
Yeah, if he could hop in there on some kind of like lava level.
Yeah. I think Kulftoroth always fits in like those kinds of that aesthetic, that color. The style of desert.
He wasn't in World and Iceborne, which is a big miss, but if we could get Mizutsune or Astalos.
Those two need to be made. Chameleos,
sure.
maybe.
Chameleos.
Chameleos should come back.
Just for the memes.
Yep.
We need Chameleos. The Dark Magician armor.
Yeah, dude, they need to do the jump. They need the jump collabs back.
Oh, yeah.
They've only been doing pretty much Capcom collabs, which is just them, so it's so easy for them to do.
Now, World did have some good collabs. Rise was a little bit less so, but if they can get like like you said, the Generation Ultimate collabs. I mean, if we get Fire Emblem and just some of those guys, man. Layered armor, come on, dude.
Dude, they had the Gone layered armor where you could turn into adult Gone. It was crazy.
Yeah, if I'm going into a fight dressed as Roy, I'm just feeling untouchable.
Yeah. If only. Yeah, I hope they do monster collabs again too. With like you said, probably Final Fantasy 16, or maybe Final Fantasy 7, because they're gonna make the third version of that as well. That's getting another game, so
probably do some of Exoprimal.
Exoprimal would be cool.
Could have some. Try to think of some Capcom stuff. They already did Resident Evil, but that was pretty neat. Yeah,
Street Fighter 6 is out and super popular, so they'll probably do another costume.
Ryu and Chun-Li. We'll probably get Ken.
We need to get Ken in this one. Yeah, with his homeless outfit where he's got like the dirty jacket.
That'd be fire. He's got the sack over his shoulder.
Yeah, dude.
Walking through or it's on his mount. He just goes in there, pull the weapon out.
That'd be sweet. Dude, we zoom in on a waterfall and they're like, meditating under it as an emote. That'd be sick.
So good.
Yeah, any of that would be sweet. Because we got Akuma in Rise, and we got Ryu and Sakura in Monster Hunter Iceborne and World. Man, yeah, bring those back.
Maybe in that desert area, Dalsim.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, man.
You could see him being like one of the NPCs in one of the villages.
Oh, for sure. That'd be sweet.
Man.
What a crossover that would be. Man, they got to bring the Dante stuff back. His was so sick.
Yeah, he belongs in this world for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Anything else?
Last minute changes to the list. Anyone who's too high or too low?
Well, anybody feeling like dropping a comment? Let us know what you think. If we got this totally wrong.
Yeah.
In our biased opinion, but definitely keeping up with the weapon gameplay they're showing. Everything looks amazing. Looks like they're finding a good balance of keeping it grounded like World, but also throwing in some funky moves and a little flashy here and there. Every weapon seems to be getting an upgrade, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And man, just thinking of it, everything we had in World and Iceborne, but on a larger scale and on next gen consoles is cannot wait.
Now, if only they could manage to make Lance cool, but I think they did that by just making Gun Lance. So
yeah. every weapon that started, they have like a new model. Sword and Shield evolved into Charge Blade.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then Horn. I mean, sorry, Hammer. Then you got Hunting Horn.
Hunting Horn,
which is a hammer, but plays buffs, right?
Yep.
But yeah, we'll see if they break out Palamutes. Palico's already confirmed.
Yeah.
Your character can talk in this game. Should be for the first time ever.
Yep.
An immersive story. Although some people say For You was maybe the best story so far. So we'll see if they
We'll
top that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't have too much faith in Capcom on their stories, but their gameplay, they've got it on lock. So I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely. But
yeah, let us know. Favorite monster, armor, weapon design.
Yep.
Who popped off, who you want to see
Yep.
returning in Wilds.
All right. Peace.
See ya.